In today's courtroom drama, a defendant faces chilling accusations, a desperate cry of "I don't want to die" shakes the room, and a judge delivers warnings so sharp they could end a man's freedom instantly. But here's the twist: despite everything, he still walks out on bond. How does that even happen? Stick around, because this case is full of shocks you won't believe. And hey, if you enjoy courtroom breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next jaw-dropping case.
Mr. Torres, you're charged with assault of a family member. You are facing a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 15, 2024, officers dispatched a welfare check at a residence in Harris County, Texas. Officers made contact with the complainant, who was observed to have a fresh, large bump to the back of her head. The complainant was observed to be very scared to speak to law enforcement at the time of their arrival, while the defendant was in the area. The complainant insisted.
This is the classic Miranda-style warning moment, except here, it's happening in a live courtroom, not a cop show. The judge is making sure Torres knows exactly what he's up against: the right to stay silent, the right to an attorney, and the harsh reality that anything he says could come back to haunt him. And let's be real, most defendants talk themselves into deeper trouble. Silence, in moments like this, can be more powerful than any excuse.
That she wanted to leave the house and get out. The officers made contact with the defendant, who stated that him and the complainant had been dating for about 1 month and had recently had a couple verbal arguments. The defendant stated that he was outside and heard screams coming from inside, and when he came inside, he found the complainant on the floor in the living room and that she had fell from the stepping stool that was in the living room. The defendant stated that the argument never got physical between them, and the officer contacted the witness, who called in the welfare check and stated that he received a message from the complainant of a picture of a firearm. The witness stated that the complainant began sending him audio through WhatsApp, and on the audio you can hear the complainant say, "Jose, run. He is going over there with a firearm. Run now." The second audio that was sent from the witness, you could hear the complainant telling him, "I was able to take the firearm away from him, but he had a knife. Run." The witness stated he called the complainant and was able to hear a disturbance between the complainant and a male. The complainant tells the witness, "I don't want to die," and the witness then overhears a male yell, "If you call the police, it will get worse." And then that's when the witness heard them arguing, and he can tell the defendant's mouth was then covered and can no longer talk. And then the complainant stated the defendant was upset that her ex-boyfriend was trying to pick her up, so the defendant placed a firearm.
That single plea, "I do not want to die," cuts through everything. You can feel the terror in those words. And then, the chilling follow-up: "If you call the police, it'll get worse." That's not just a threat. It's evidence of control and intimidation. Prosecutors love details like this because they paint a vivid picture of fear inside the home. Remember, in domestic violence cases, it's not always bruises or weapons that seal the deal. Sometimes it's the raw power of words.
Inside his waist and said he was going to look for her ex-boyfriend, and he left the house. The complainant stated the defendant returned a short period later and continued to argue with her about leaving the house. And when the complainant was exiting the master bedroom and going towards the living room to leave, the defendant pushed her back, causing the complainant to fall to the ground and hitting her head to the floor. The complainant stated she lost consciousness after she fell, but when she woke back up, she was already laying on the bed when the defendant was there pleading that he was sorry and he didn't mean to hurt her. The complainant stated she did feel pain. And that's it, Your Honor.
So it is the pushing and falling on the floor and hurt.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Torres, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. Do you understand? You don't understand?
Not one time. He said no, he's not going to have contact.
Okay. I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons. No guns. Do you understand? If I find that you have a weapon, if I find that you try to have contact with this person, I'm going to put you in jail and you will not get any more PR bonds. Tell me, are you united?
Now, when the judge says there's probable cause, he is not declaring Torres guilty. What he's really saying is, there's enough here to keep this case alive. Think of it like greenlighting a movie. You have got enough plot to move forward. And the no contact order? That's more than a polite request. It's a legal shield for the complainant. One text, one visit, one slip up, and Torres is not just back in court. He's behind bars with zero sympathy from this judge.
United States citizen.
Yes, sir.
You are? I'm entering in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Yolis Hernandez as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand? If you violate this court order, the state can and will file an additional charge against you, violation of a protective order, and then it's really bad. Do you understand? If you ever have any questions, Mark can help you and guide you through this. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Metzen. He will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. So don't pick up any new cases, no contact and no weapons. That's it. Do you have any questions? Okay. As far as the bond is concerned, we need to take care of that.
Yes.
Do you have any prior criminal history that you guys see? Alex?
I can run it in CIC.
In Texas, no, Your Honor. I don't know. Outside, I doubt anything outside.
Your Honor, I don't see any other criminal history.
Okay. Mr. Torres, I'll set your bond at $500 and I will give you a PR bond today. Okay? But I will not give you another PR bond. If you pick up a new case or violate these conditions, I'm going to take that PR bond in a moment's notice.
And here's where the case takes a surprising turn. Torres walks out today on a $500 PR bond. That means no cash up front, just his word as collateral. Sounds like a win for him, right? Not so fast. The judge practically carved the warning into stone. Any slip, any weapon, any contact, and...
You understand? Okay, my friend. So take a seat. We'll have you sign all the documents. Don't leave until we let you go. Okay? All right.